Welcome to this almost last episode of the Miss Havisham dollhouse series. So I still have few things to show you. I did almost all the furniture, which I had started in the last episode, and I'm going to show you also the little things I added on the front wall. Still have few things to do, but I'm quite confident that 3 days should be now enough to finish everything. Really the last finishes are so long, they are not very exciting to do. They are very important to finish everything very well. So I'm going to show you everything in details, especially the kitchen, which I had completely finished these last days, and also the last pieces of furniture which I didn't show you on the video, but I showed them on the blog last week. So one of the very last thing I did is the fox, the little fox, because it's an English house, a British house, which is going to travel in England, actually, this house. There isn't any fox in the Great Expectations novel by Charles Dickens, but I thought foxes are really linked to England in my mind, and I think in the mind of a lot of people, foxes are British. So I just thought we need to add a fox here. It's still white, I'm going to paint it, all that. So you see I added some leaves, some sort of green little things. Really had to show it was a little old. I'm going to add even more. I'm not totally happy with the numbers of leaves I added there. I'm going to add a bit more, especially on the first steps of the staircase. I added a little flower here. I'm going to add possibly another one at the bottom of the staircase. This tower, I didn't show you this one, it wasn't finished in the last video. So I added a lot of laces, and there is going to be the shoe that appears in the novel. So this is the shoe, which is absolutely not finished yet, but it's going to go there, somewhere over there. I wasn't sure really where I would add the shoe, but I think here it looks a good place for the shoe. It's going to be with a lot of laces, things like that. And for the apprentice magician, follow the shoe house workshop. It's exactly the same technique that for the big shoe house, but here it's just a small shoe, but it's the same technique to build the shoe in a tiny scale here. So this is the base for the shoe, but it's not finished. This tower is the big new addition to the house. It wasn't there before. I built it last week, and I wasn't really sure what I would do for the tower, if I would do just a big tower or a small one or just a door, because a big tower would have been a little heavy. So I ended up doing this tower, which is a sort of half tower. And the thing is, you can also close it if you want to, like that. And you can open it, and inside there is the kitchen. So there is a little table here. There are some pots in the little tower here. There are some plates. I did quite a lot of plates. There is a kettle. There are a lot of pots again. There is a stove. It's a lot of things. I also painted some little sort of Flemish tiles, or sort of tiles you could see in old paintings in the Netherlands. So I did this, and I also added another table here. Going to fetch it. There is another table here with another pot, and there is another plate. This one, all the plates are glued because it was a little easier. The pots won't be glued, but the plates were glued. It was a little easier. Otherwise, I was afraid I would lose everything. So, okay, that's it for the kitchen. There is also an hall. I did some table. These things I showed them on the blog a few days ago, but there was a table here. I will add some chairs. So basically, for the furniture, I still have some chairs to do. I want also to add a bathtub on this tower over there that you see here. There is quite enough room. It's the big tower at the front of the front wall and the facade, and I think it's going to be nice to add a bathtub over there. So I still have chairs to do for this floor, and and probably the bath tube, and few curtains. As you can see, I still didn't add the curtains. I was a bit bored with the curtains. I prefer doing the kitchen and all the more funny things. And here I also show that on the blog there is the bed of Miss Havisham, which is quite big, which is quite close from the bed. I did last year for the Enchanted Dollhouse. It is very close to the two little beds I did. I added different cages. There is one here. I'm not really sure in which room they will go. Possibly the bedroom, perhaps the living room. There is of course a clock. So the shoe is supposed to be on this floor, but it's going to be on a tower because I don't have really a lot of room left here. A little bit, but not so much. So I will see if I add one or two little things, possibly a cushion, possibly the mirror. There is a mirror too, I didn't do it. And I also continue to work on different parts of the roofs. The roofs are quite long to do. I really wanted to add a lot of decors on each tower, each roof, so I did a lot of these things. I still have some leaves to finish too. You can see here it's not all finished. I have more sort of little flowers, not exactly flowers, but I will add other things. And of course the surprise, yes, of course, I didn't talk about that. I also started to do them. There is a dress here which is going to be here. I've started to do it, and there will be a lot of, it's going to be a very decayed dress, so it's going to be there. I'm quite excited about the dress. It's going to be a funny exercise to make it really decayed with a lot of unexpected little details. And there will be, yes, the shoe here. I have to say, even here, there will be a sort of, I think there will be a teapot service. I think I chose this idea. I didn't do it yet, but I wanted to do another thing which would be very English. And there were not so many things I could use from the novel for the towers because I don't have so many room, but I think a tea service, a little decayed, would be really nice, so I will probably do that. So that's it for this little update of the Miss Havisham dollhouse. I still have so few things to finish now. I will have few days to spend on the house, mainly on the facade and on the surprises which will be hidden under the towers. So quite a lot of work to do, but I'm very, very close to the end now. And I also have the two little characters to finish. So that's going to be my work for the next days. I also wanted to say that if you are interested and inspired by dollhouses, I have a series of videos coming on YouTube in a few days, which will going to help you and give you ideas and tips to start a dollhouse. So I thank you also for your comments, your questions and your support and your enthusiasm. It's always nice to read them. It inspires me a lot, and I thank you very much for your supportive messages. Feel free to ask me things and to post your comments under the videos. They are always very welcome. And I wish you a beautiful day. I'm going to finish now the staircase of the house and the little fox. Bye bye. Thank you for watching.